Okay, this is another serious part of preparing for sports. So in this tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you how to clear freckles on pictures like this. Well, I believe if you can edit a picture like this and make it look more perfect, I believe there's no picture that you have problem with when it comes to editing. All right. Now we have different type of spot healing tools here. Okay, we have different type of spot healing tools here that we use in our previous. I taught you guys how to use in my previous video. If you don't have the video, you can easily go to the website or go to our YouTube channel, which is Caesar Graphics, to get the video. So if you make use of these tools here, I doubt if they work for stuff like this. Alright, so they can't work. So it's in order to get this to convert this to a good picture, alright, to clean this and make it look good, what we are going to do is to follow some steps. So the first thing we'll do is to create a backup, and I'll give these words as usual, edit. Alright, then I'll make a copy for the edit again. So I have edit copy. Then I'll zoom a little bit closer. Look at that. Alright, so I'm okay with it. So what I'll do is I'll go to filter, blur, surface blur. Alright, so I'm going to use, my radius would be, let's say, I think I'm cool with 7. Let me see. Alright, so I'll make my threshold. I'll leave it to about 53. Alright, 53 is nice. So I'll hit OK. Now, then the next thing I'll do is to click on my add mask layer icon here. Alright, so I'm going to mask the layer. So to mask the layer, I'll click on this icon down here to bring out this box. So the next thing I'll do is to change my convert my foreground color to black. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to switch color by hitting letter X on my keyboard. Alright, then I'm going to select brush and then use a soft round brush, which is this. Don't use this type of brush, they are not good for what we want to do. So we're going to use soft rounded brush and increase the size. Alright, increase the size of your brush. Now, at times, when you increase the size of your brush, it looks like this. Alright, if your brush is not looking in form of a circle, check if your cap lock is on. So make sure your cap lock is turned to off to have this. But if your cap lock is on, you have this. Alright, so make sure it's off, and then make sure your size is something you can see. Okay, so how did what's the shortcut of increasing the size of your brush? Is by clicking the close square bracket on your keyboard. If I press the close bracket on my keyboard, you see the figure here changes. If I want to reduce it, I hold down the square bracket. I press the square bracket, the open square bracket, and it reduces the size of my brush. Alright, so I'm going to turn off my cap lock. So I have this. Now make sure this box, this white box, is selected. Then I'll brush the most important part on the picture. So I'll start with here. Alright, let me reduce the opacity a bit. Remember, the opacity controls the strength of your image, of your layer. Alright, so I'm going to reduce it a bit. Now notice as I brush, alright, that is too much. The reduction is too much. Alright, notice as I brush on, that's wrong. So I need to click on the box. Alright, so I'm going to brush the eye. Notice as I brush, as I click on any part of the picture, I have this these black dots on the pictures. Now what Photoshop is telling me is that any part of the picture that I have this black box, these black dots, this black color will be deleted from that from that effect. Alright, so I want you guys to note that. Now if you want to see the parts that you've brushed on the picture, just hold down Alt and then click on the box, so it will give you the selected part, the parts where you've applied the brush to the layer. Okay, so I'm gonna hold Alt and click again to go back. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong. So I hold Alt and then click again. Alright, so I'll brush the ear, increase the size of my brush. Okay, the neck. Alright, brush the neck, then I'll brush the lips. Now if you see, if you're getting to the tiny part of any tiny part of the face, reduce the size of your brush to fit that particular part. Okay, so the nose, I'm gonna brush the nose, side, the eyebrow. No, that's too much. So I'll hit Ctrl Z. Just clear this part from the side of my brush. Okay. I'll do the same thing here. Right here. Alright. So I'm going to increase this a bit. Alright, that's too much. Reduce this. Okay, so that's the first step. Okay, and the next thing we're going to do is we are going to we're going to convert the layer. Alright, we're going to convert the layer. We're going to convert the layer to an object. So to do that, we're going to right click and then select convert to smart objects. Alright, so when you select convert to smart object, Photoshop will look at the level at which the picture is and then convert it to a layer, like it's going to convert it to a normal layer. Alright, so the next thing I'll do is I'll say rasterize. Alright, so if I hide these two layers, you see I only have this cut out part I did on the picture, which is the part where I added the brush effect. Okay, so what I'll do now is I'll make this visible. Alright, and then I'll merge the two of them. I'll merge the two layers. To do that, I'll hold on shift and then shift select the second layer and then go to layer, and then I'll select merge layers. Now the shortcut is Ctrl E. So I'm going to click merge layers and I'll have the layer on one layer. Okay, so the next thing I'll do is I'll make another copy of the layer. So I'm going to make another copy. So to make another copy, I'm going to drag and drop here, and the next thing I'll do is I'll rename this. I'm going to give it blur. Okay, now hit enter. Alright, so alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to blur this layer. Alright, so to blur this layer, what we'll do is we'll go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Alright, and reduce the strength of the blur. Alright, so I'm going to increase the blur level. See about this, and I'll say okay. Alright, then reduce the opacity a bit. But this time we're going to use our eraser tool. Okay, so if I select my eraser tool now, make sure your brush is set to soft round brush, and reduce the size of your brush. Alright, this will show you how to reduce the size of your brush. So when you now do the same thing you did for the surface blur layer, alright, we're going to apply it to the blur layer here too. So I'm going to clear this part. Alright. But this time, I'm going to reduce the strength of my eraser tool. Alright, I don't want it to be too heavy. Alright, so clear here. Clear the lips. Alright. Clear the lips. Alright, so then I'm gonna clear this part. I'm gonna do the same thing here. Alright. I'll clear the nose, the lips, then increase the size of my brush, and I'll clear the neck. Alright, clear the neck. Okay, clear the neck. Alright, clear the neck. Alright. Now, well, to me, I feel now. Okay, what the next thing I'll do is I'll match the two layers again. So she select the two layers and then go select layer and then merge layer. Well, to me, I feel the picture is okay like this because normally, you know, a white lady, white people, they always have little touch of pink on their faces. So if you think this is not really still not okay for you and you still want to go further, then you can now go back to the step 2 of the tutorial by making another copy. All right. And then say surface blur, alright, and then go filter blur, surface blur. Okay, then you can now play with. Now note that it's not compulsory you use the same settings I have here for when you're doing yours. Okay, so it's not compulsory you use the same settings. You can always come up with your own settings. Okay. Just go play around with the settings and then look for the one that you feel, go with the one that you know it's really working for you. Okay, so I'm going to stop, I'm going to make it 7 and hit OK and then reduce the strength of my opacity. Alright, strength a bit and then click on this icon, select my brush tool and then increase it a bit again and then start kind of the important part of the picture. Alright, with the lips, the nose, the hair, also the hair, the neck. Okay, so I think okay, so I think I'm going to stop here. Alright, I'll make it 18, make the opacity 18, and I'm going to merge it. Alright, so let's check out the before and after. This is the before and this is the after. The before and after. So if you now want to save your work, you can go to File, Save As, and then choose the format you want. But now I'm going to use JPEG. I want to save it as a format that people can see on their phones and on their people that doesn't have Photoshop. I want something that they'll be able to see it on their devices. So I'll give it clear spots. Alright, so I'll hit OK. So that's the end of the tutorial. So get pictures, play around with clearing the spot on the face, and I wish you best of luck. Happy Photoshop. Bye bye.